telecom and FOMC dominate the markets. Asian markets fell in early trading Thursday following Wall Street's lead as the US and China appear to brace for prolonged trade standoff. Japan's Nikkei fell 0.8% after a private survey suggested that the manufacturing contracted in May. The market JMMA Flash Purchasing Managers Index fell to 49.6 in May from 50.2 in the previous month. Numbers above 50 on the index show acceleration. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index fell 1.3% and the Shanghai Composite retreated. Australia's S&P ASX 200 fell 0.3%, and after last week's escalation of tariffs, no new trade talks have been scheduled, and many analysts suspect the breakthrough will require an intervention at the top before the group of 20 major economies meets next month in Osaka, Japan. The U.S. has imposed 25% on tariffs on $250 billion in Chinese imports and is planning to target another $300 billion. It has mounted sanctions against Huawei and is threatening to do the same with other Chinese companies. China, meanwhile, has retaliated against $110 billion in U.S. products. On Wall Street, trade worries and mixed corporate earnings pulled stocks lower. Minutes by the Federal Reserve had scant influence on trading. Federal Reserve officials judged at their latest meeting that their patient approach to interest rate change would be appropriate for some time, and many sided with Chairman Jerome Powell's view that the recent dip in inflation was probably temporary. And begin quote, members observed that a patient approach to determining future adjustments to the target range for federal funds rate would likely remain appropriate for some time, end quote, according to the minutes of Federal Open Market Committee's April 30th tipping first meeting released Wednesday in Washington. U.S. stocks remained lower and treasuries held gains as the minutes reinforced the message from Powell's post-meeting press conference, at which he said the level of interest rates was appropriate for now and there wasn't a strong case to move in either direction. The record also showed officials becoming more optimistic about the U.S. 2019 economic outlook before President Donald Trump's decision to raise tariffs on Chinese imports. They also had a debate about the future composition of the bond portfolio. The S&P 500 index was down 0.3% at 2,856.27, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average retreated 0.4% to 25,776.61. The Nasdaq Composite shed 0.5% to 7,750.84. Qualcomm Incorporated was also in focus. The chipmaker illegally suppressed the competition in the market for smartphone chips by threatening to cut off supplies and extracting excessive licensing fees, a U.S. judge ruled, a decision that could force the company to overhaul its business practices. The decision issued late Tuesday night by U.S. District Judge Lucy Koh in San Jose, California, caused Qualcomm shares to plunge 11% on Wednesday. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please click subscribe to always be in touch with the latest market news.